just to make sure I have everything.
Okay. No problem with it being recorded. All
Okay.
right. Where did y'all, I promise you, I had it right in front of me. Oh, I keep hitting other tabs and it moves it. Darn it. All right. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Um, we got to establish our quorum. So when I call your name, if you'll just say here, that'd be great. Dr. Mitchell,
Here.
do we have our note taker here?
Yes, I'm the
Okay.
secretary.
Okay. Sorry. Janine Randall.
Okay.
Okay. I'm here. Tanya Wismer.
Yes.
Megan Watkins.
I'm here. I'm the Sutton PTA name. Sorry, I can't get it to change.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Sheena Porter.
I am here.
Okay.
Okay. Allison Shepard.
I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Hi.
Miss Quigley.
Here.
Susan Kaysen. Sometimes she has trouble, I know, sometimes getting through.
Okay. We'll wait. We'll look
All
out
right.
for her in case she comes
Okay.
a little bit later.
Shawanda Johnson.
Here.
Laura LaHiff.
Here.
And then we have the students, Alexander or Chelsea on. Okay, so that means we are missing. 1, 2, 3. How many are we missing?
It seems like we're missing Dr. Randall, Sue Kaysen, the two students, and I don't think we have anybody from APS this time, like the
Okay.
liaison.
I
So,
think then we have quorum because from what I've read, the students don't count in the quorum.
okay.
So I
Okay.
think we're good.
Okay.
Okay. Don't quote me on that, but I think we're good. All right. So, do we've established our quorum. We need to approve the agenda from the last meeting. Have you guys had a chance to go over it? Does anybody have any questions?
Nope. You mean
I
the
looked
meetings?
over it, but no questions.
I
You
have
mean
to. No, I'm sorry. The approval for the
minutes?
agenda for today. Yeah,
Okay.
approval for the agenda today.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
No worries.
Got a step ahead of myself. I read the wrong word. And if you've looked at it, we're going to be doing the map results, planning for next year. Dr. Mitchell's going to give her planning report. We're going to go over our family engagement, our cluster advisory meeting that we had, and then we'll talk about our Go Team elections, which I think end tomorrow. Okay, so
I made changes to the agenda and I shared it with you all because we didn't take spring maps. So it's in that email. Let me share it now.
Okay.
Is that the only thing that's changed on it then?
Might
I
be
just pulled the one that
something
came from the Go
else.
Team office that they said they wanted
Oh,
us to
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
This is the one I got from Go Team from the Go
Yeah,
Team.
but we didn't give the spring map.
Okay. All right. So
that's the only
everything else
one.
is the same? Is that everything else?
And there's something, I'm just giving a principal's report. There was something else under there.
I think we have to do this. Hold on. Why am I not pulling it up again? Oh, goodness gracious. In the email, she has said that we do need to go over, oh, goodness gracious. Of course, I can't find that email now. But there was a list of things that we had to do. And I think that was on the list. So we'll do it and just stick to that if that's okay. It's probably not going to be anything all that much. You know what I mean? I had to send off that other form to her, so I have to sign off on this one. And I'm the only one that can do it. So, yeah, it won't take us long. All right. Anybody want to approve the minutes from the last meeting? Do I need a motion to approve the agenda for this meeting?
Make a motion to approve the agenda, Megan.
Okay.
Second. Shepard.
Okay, two people spoke up. Which one? Second?
Shepard.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone abstaining? Or any nays? Or anyone abstaining? All right. Okay. Approval of the previous minutes. Did you guys get a chance to look at them? They seem spot on when I looked at them.
Agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So I need a motion to
I make a
approve.
motion to approve the minutes, Megan.
A second, Shepherd.
All in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And any abstentions? All right. So, Dr. Mitchell, you said, did you need to add something or you didn't? You didn't have it, because the next part is if you needed to add something additional.
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. So at this point, Dr. Mitchell, I'm gonna give it. We did not take the spring map.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Is it because we're just like we've already
Because it's optional for high schools, and
okay.
it doesn't offer predictive scores for Algebra
Agreed.
1 or Lit 2, so it's a waste of time.
Okay. Okay.
I think the teachers appreciated the
Oh,
time
yeah.
just reviewing.
Yeah, we do.
I was
do.
about to say we
We do.
appreciate that.
We do. And we're already testing them to death with all the right scores and getting ready for the.
So the spring data we do have is right score data.
Okay. Oh, you
well.
got. Oh, here you go. There you go. Perfect. All right.
Okay, so this data was from February. We took the right score twice. It's a writing assessment in 9th and 10th grades, and we took it twice. I'm sorry, my phone. We took it in September and in February. It's a new test that the district purchased for us. This was the first time that we had this assessment. So, and because the Lit 2 exam is a little bit different from American Lit and the writing counts for a larger portion, these results were helpful for us while we're preparing our students. They will take the Lit 2 exam for the first time Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So this was 9th grade, and we felt it was important to give the test for 9th grade because they will be taking Lit 2 next year, and their assessment will count as 20% of their grade. Anybody who has a sophomore this year, their assessment will not count as a part of their grade. They have to sit for the test, but that's because the results won't come back until October.
I was told that it wasn't counting for anybody. Is it just the kids who are?
It's going to count as baseline for our CCRPI data.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not a count against the kids.
No.
Right. Because it is baseline. So let me ask you this, Dr. Mitchell. Are they, because I've heard different things, and it's going to affect us, I guess, more than some of the other schools. Since this is the baseline data, are they trying to keep the test? This obviously is the baseline. Are we trying to keep it in are they pointing it in this new format going forward?
I think so.
We're multimodal now, so I'm just curious. Okay.
Yes,
right.
I think
I've
so.
heard different things. Okay. I'm not super impressed with it, but that's neither.
The right score data, you weren't impressed with?
No, I'm not impressed with the new. I'm not impressed with the new ELA into course at all.
We'll see. I'm very nervous about all I'm always nervous about everything, though, so that counts for nothing. But
I mean, it's if anybody that's on here that's a parent, because I don't want to edge you speak. If you're getting your kids ready, if you've got 10th graders, or if you want to talk to your kids or anybody that knows, we sat down and there are things, depth of knowledge. They're called DOK levels. So the writing portion accounts for, once we looked at it, it's the DOK goes from 1 to 4. Okay. So DOK 1 is just simple recall, like the easier stuff. They have one writing task, and is the only thing that's a DOK 4 on that test is the writing task. And it's going to take up about 30% of that test. So when I looked at that, I was concerned about that, especially given what we've been doing and seeing, just through HMH, which is what we adopted as a curriculum as a district, and going through Writable and connecting it to the Georgia milestones, the testing, the pre-test, so we practice with our kids. Make sure they sleep well the night before of the writing. Please we just need to hit home that they know that they've got to write that entire time. From what I've been told by coaches and other people, like they're not looking so much at mechanics. They are going to. There's 3 different categories, but they're really just wanting to see if the kids can flesh out ideas. So if they miss a comma here or there, I just encourage the kids to write the entire time. Whatever it sounds like, they're going to have 2 multimodal. They might listen to something, they might read something, they might have a chart that they have to integrate with a passage, and then they have to synthesize the 2 of them and bring them back together and either compare and contrast or make an argument. Like, we're not really sure on that part yet, but I know we are nervous at our school. So
I'm not as nervous about this year's Lit 2 because it's our baseline.
Okay.
I will be very nervous next year. So our students
give us an idea though. Yeah. Like, I just think the writing portion, and when we realize how hard they're going to hit with that writing, that made me nervous.
The 9th grade first writing assessment was in September. Our average score was a 4.2, and this was the entire 9th grade. You can see what percentage of students got in every area, and 0 students. I think I'm going to show you another slide. This represents, I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
It looks like, okay.
Let me go back. These were our results in February. I want to compare February to September, and I'm doing that on the next slide.
Okay.
This was September. So you see,
this is right score?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
266 students were developing in September. In February, 208. While that's still a lot of students who are in the beginning, we did decrease it. Developing was 140 students. In February, it was 203. So students are improving. Proficient was 163. This time, 59 students were proficient. That's concerning, but we had 1 student who was distinguished. These scores every student took this test, even the AP Lang students. There were some surprising scores. Students who we know are going to do much better on their writing. One thing we think is that the students didn't take it seriously. We have that seems to be a trend for every test if we don't count it for a grade. So we want to find a way. I know the district doesn't intend for this to impact their grade, but the reality is that our students at North Atlanta many of them are highly motivated by a grade. So even if we don't give any points for the September essay, next year, the February essay, we're going to find a way to incentivize them by giving them something. Maybe points if they move up one level.
And that should probably happen if you go from beginning to developing, or even if you're beginning, you make a jump, because you gotta. I'm going to ask the same. This is what we had at our school, and I'm just curious. They fell, and I don't know how much autonomy the district gave for everybody. The writables fell right along time. Some of the district level other tests were coming through at the same time we were giving the end of unit HMH tests, and the kids were just like, I mean, we were giving tests 3 out of 5 days a week for about.
That's same for us.
Okay, so I think that might be. I don't know if that's something we want to take back to the district as a go team, like, because it's something that needs to be tested. And I believe on one of our CAT advisory team meetings, someone brought up that, like, they sat on a panel 8 years or so ago, and they talked about we were just the test. We've over tested the kids, and that's affecting the scores, and also about family surveys. We're surveying people to death and testing the kids to death, and it was supposed to get better, and now it feels like it's going back in that direction. So I don't know what your thoughts are on Dr. Mitchell. I don't know. It's just something to think about as we go forward. I think
the thing that impacted our students more than anything was they felt like this test didn't count.
Okay.
They try much harder when they know that a test counts. So this was 9th grade. And these are the areas for improvement. I like this data. It tells you where,
Does it disaggregate it down?
and this is from our February assessment.
Okay.
Okay, so for 10th grade, our average score was 4.11, 4.11. And that was for the February essay. It was higher in February. And this is a breakdown of our 10th grade data. We had 198 students beginning in September. In February, we had 164. We had 208 students developing. We got 198 students developing. We had 120 students, 28 students proficient. We have 131 students proficient with 3 students who are distinguished. And this is the test. This is what I mean, because our AP Lang students took 10th grade,
Okay.
and a lot of them surprisingly had ones. And and we just know that that is not accurate. These are some of our best 10th grade writers. So I'm not as worried about the AP Lang students. We saw some improvement, but basically the students don't do their best. And we saw that with all of our benchmarks. Algebra 1, Miss Quigley can attest to that same thing happening in Algebra 1.
I'd
So
be curious to hear about that too from Miss Quigley, if she wants to at some point. But yeah,
I think Miss Quigley's daughter has a program, an awards
okay, that's
program,
fine.
so she may be off of it.
I'm
She's
still here
with us
now,
for a
but I'll
little.
be gone in about 10 minutes.
So you all found the same thing with the Algebra 1 benchmark. Students
Yeah.
definitely did not, they underperformed. They didn't take it
But did you
seriously.
feel like that? To me, again, I'm saying this because we want because our kids are so motivated, and I think it can be. And I saw it in Algebra 2. I felt like a lot of what they were getting was not necessarily aligned with what we were told to be hitting home on. I don't know, Miss Quigley, if you felt that way or
Well,
not.
whenever they took the benchmark, the most recent one, like the one in the spring, there was some stuff on that one that we hadn't even taught yet.
Right,
So
right.
we'd gotten through 7 out of the 8 units, and so our students, some of our distinguished students, like some of our students who we are expecting to score distinguished on the milestones,
Okay.
they were able to perform well even on those questions. But we did a deep
Okay.
dive into every single
Every
question,
single question.
looking at how our students performed on them. And we knew, like, on the ones where they didn't perform well, it was like, oh, well, we hadn't even taught that yet.
Okay.
Or it was like, oh, that's a whole bunch of words, they didn't feel like reading it.
Uh-huh.
So then we had to go back. So that's what we've been practicing and hitting on for the past
Okay.
few weeks, is like, don't let the word scare you. Read it, take your time, figure out what they're asking for, and push through. So
I know you
yeah,
looked at math
those
fundamental.
results, those results, we understood what the results were saying, but we
Okay.
expect our students to perform better than what they did there on the benchmark.
Okay. Well, we had told them the same thing. Don't feel bad if you got a 65. That's actually pretty good because we hadn't covered a lot of stuff. And I know you probably did a very deep dive on math, Dr. Mitchell.
I actually sat with the Algebra 1 team. We went
Okay.
question by question, looked at even how the
Okay.
answers were presented to see if that's how we presented
Okay.
answers, just to make
Okay.
sure. So they've done all
Yeah.
of that. I feel
I mean,
very
there
What
good.
about
was
the
even a
ELA?
question on there. There was a question on there that said round to the nearest decimal. And we were
Yeah.
like, decimal? You mean
Yep.
tens place or hundreds
Yep.
place? Like,
Yep.
Right. So
that
that's
was
so
really
unclear.
weird. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was stuff like that.
I am very proud of the
Yeah.
work that Lit 2, Algebra 1, and biology teachers have done.
Yeah.
I tell you, if the scores don't improve, then they just never will going to improve. They're not going to, because these teachers have taught hard.
Yeah. No.
We
Well, I
have
think some of it is the test as well. So that's what I was asking. Like, were you
our
able to sit down with the ELA teachers at all? Because that's where we've been the most alarmed is the ELA.
we've gotten better
Good.
materials from the
Okay.
district to prepare
Good.
with. So I think we've done the work, and I need to not be nervous
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have confidence and
Yes.
faith, because the teachers have done the work, and I can attest to that.
That's awesome.
I can sleep easy knowing they prepared those students.
Yeah, I don't think it's the teachers that I'm concerned about. It's just that the test being something like week was shocking. Miss Johnson has her hand up for a question.
Yes, just really quickly, since I'm taking the notes, what I had planned to write under this section, because we have the discussion point of the right score data and the pulse check, is that we just reviewed the baseline information. And what should I say as far as, I mean, we're expecting significant improvements or improvements, but what should I capture as our note for this?
Well, we'll go over let's talk about the data, and maybe
And
you
then
can
we'll help
capture
you
that as the note,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll help
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Once we get through it, we'll help you.
So,
And Miss Shepherd also has a question.
yes, ma'am.
You're muted.
I just wanted to let you know that the 5 visual art classes have been doing critical analysis,
Okay.
and they have been writing papers for the last month, 4-paragraph
That's
papers,
fantastic.
doing description, analysis, interpretation, and judgment. They are also getting ready to write that on their own work of art. And so and
That's
they're getting ready to
fantastic.
do expository writing. There's so many. I don't
Okay,
want you,
good.
Miss Wismer, to worry about
I'm not
where they
necessarily
are,
worried.
because
I
there
just
are
wanted
so
feedback.
many
Yeah,
different
that's
departments that
good.
are
I'm glad.
working together
So good.
to align literature as well as math, because we're
We're the
all
best
on the
school,
same
y'all.
page of getting these kids to the finish line and understanding the importance of it. So
I love how
I
you
just wanted to give
help.
2 cents on that.
I appreciate it. Dr. Mitchell, you do such a good job with the cross curricular. I appreciate it. So good.
Not me, the teachers, but thank you.
Yeah,
So
well,
let's talk about what this data tells us, what the good news is to celebrate, where the growth opportunities are, and the trends we see in the data. So I started filling it in, and we can toggle back and forth if you need to look at the data. But I felt like one of our strengths was just that the students overall, there was an improvement, rather slight. It was an improvement. And our opportunity is to focus on the purpose and organization for writing at both grade levels, because that is the area that both grade levels scored the weakest in both essays, first essay to second essay. Let me go back to the data so we can look at it and determine what other strengths and weaknesses we see or opportunities.
where it's disaggregated. Okay.
This is 10th grade, which really mirrors 9th grade. It's the same. And I think this speaks to the way our students write, because they don't write, they text. Spelling,
I definitely see a really good.
yes, spelling is always abbreviations. Even I have started texting that way. My mother is an English teacher, and she's 80, and she texts in full sentences and even in dense paragraph. I'm like, Mama, that's not how you send a text message, but that's how she does it, and she's sticking to it. But the spelling is an issue, punctuation, because we see a lot of run-on sentences. I see it every day when students write statements about things that they've done at school, and they have to write a statement. I read the statements, and it's just one long sentence. And even knowing where to capitalize, I've seen that with my own niece. You start a sentence with a capital letter. So I think texting has hurt us in ways. Even though conventions is not the largest portion of the test, it's actually the smallest percentage, it still matters. Purpose and organization
is good. That we're strong in when you look at this compared to what they're about to take with EOC, it's 8 points, and purpose and organization and evidence and elaboration are 6 of those 8 points, and then the conventions and language use is just 2 points.
2. Okay.
So that's one of our strengths for sure, that we're hitting
that's
hard
good
in that area.
Okay, so let me add that. I'm gonna have to stop the presentation so I can
I think that's
type
great. That makes me feel a lot better. I think that's great.
So tell me again what our strength.
I think it's that like when you compare that to the EOC, the EOC we're about to take in the writing portion of it, if you look at the rubric, the organization component of it, and then the structure component of it, those account for 6 points. And then the conventions and mechanics only account for 2. And we were strong in the convention and mechanics. I mean, I'm sorry, in the other 2 portions that count a lot, or the highest portion of the writing for the upcoming baseline EOC. I would just say opportunities is just encouraging them to pay attention, and hitting home, like, not to write like you text, and to remember those things you learned in elementary school.
And another opportunity we have, they did it, but I think that we need to use those EOC writing rubrics in ninth grade and in 10th grade, so the students are familiar with the writing rubrics. It will help them. 10th grade saw it a lot this year, but I just imagine if we start with ninth grade, they will be much better prepared.
Have they been using the writer's checklist all year long as well?
Yes, 10th grade.
Okay. And another strength, if they're high in those other 2 categories, that means their writing stamina is high too. That they're willing to write. That's good.
Okay.
I mean, that's not just writing like 4 or 5,
right,
sentences with no clarity. I did see that we needed to it looked like our transitions were a little bit low in that area, like transitional statements. I think that was a little bit low, but again, I think that comes back to just that we don't write the way we text.
So for planning for next year, and I need to add this, Miss Shepherd and Miss Quigley and Miss Porter don't know this, but we've been working on our school improvement plan. And Sutton did it this year. And I just think it is time. We tried, but we are really going to write it in our school improvement plan that we will do a whole school writing across every core content and in our co-curricular and elective classes, with the exception of PE. I'm not for sure it's going to work in rec games, maybe in health, but that's going to be one of our continuous improvement
I
goals.
think PE does actually incorporate writing into the curriculum too.
Okay, get me together.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I think they look at an article or something, but they do a writing component. I always thought it was mandatory already, so.
That's fantastic. Showing that right there, though, that was where we were high, is very promising. That it does show that their stamina writing is good.
I'm excited to see. We won't get the scores back until October, but what I know.
I didn't know they were embargoing them all the way until October.
Yeah, they probably won't even grade them until the summer. I think that's what happened to math that first year. So I don't anticipate they'll be back until September, October. So if you have, I know Riley takes AP Lang, so he won't have a 20% there and he won't have a score. That'll be something you get next year. And again, I'm not worried about the AP Lang students, but we're going to be more intentional with writing practice in Lit 1, Lit 2, and we have an elective called Writers Workshop. We're really going to drill down on writing as a school. It's going to help us improve our students' SAT scores and ACT scores. It's going to help improve their thinking. It's going to help prepare students better for IB. I think that the more students feel confident and feel like they can, more students want to challenge themselves. It feels good to win and to do things well. And I know IB is not a cakewalk, it's not easy, but when students feel like they can do it, they will prepare. One of my Hispanic young men came to me. I actually was sitting here one evening working, and it brought me to tears. He came and he said, he's a senior, and he said, Dr. Mitchell, I wanted to let you know that I got into Emory and I got a
Oh,
scholarship. And I want you to know that if you hadn't made the call for me, because I hadn't quite met the criteria for IB, if you hadn't called and vouched for me, they wouldn't have put me in IB. And once I got in IB, everything changed. I really saw that I was smart and I could do it. I'm getting full thinking about it. But that's just I love that we are changing lives. And I'm so full, and I want other students to experience this success too. Thank y'all for the heart. Uh, that day I felt like this was the best job ever. So those are our MAP scores. We've got a plan for next year. We're going to focus on writing. We're working on our continuous improvement plan now, and we'll do it school wide. It is very encouraging to hear Ms. Porter say that everybody can do the writing activities, and we'll provide teachers, because as a former math teacher, I'm not going to pretend that I would know how to do this well. I always tell people I write like I'm doing a science lab. It's just very straight to the point. I'm learning as a principal that ChatGPT is my friend, or Gemini, because I need to look at the tone of what I write. I've always just written the words like this is what I want to say. I'm writing it. But and I feel like a lot of math teachers feel that way. Some science teachers probably do too. And probably every teacher outside of ELA would feel that way, except for ELA and maybe social studies. So we will
yeah.
provide
We
training
love to write.
and write. And I don't like to write. I like lists, bulleted lists. But that's
Lists
to
that
make a
can be
long story
checked
short.
off, right?
Yes, that so we will focus on writing. When I share the school improvement with the team at the start of next school year, you'll see that that is a huge goal. It's going to help everybody. So
Great
for my
idea, Dr. Mitchell.
principal's report, I just want to share this is where I'm living right now in testing. It starts officially for us on April 27th, and it does not end until May 15th. And I am talking about AP and IB test in
Oh,
addition to milestone EOC. And that's really not true. The last day for testing will be May 22nd because we also have final exams. This is the comprehensive testing calendar. I can email, it's little, so you can't see it well here. But let's start the show from current slide, see if it makes it better. Not really. But I can share it with you. I shared it in my newsletter. We've sent the link to parents. So if you're curious, and so many of our students take, a lot of our 9th and 10th graders take AP classes, and then a lot of our 11th graders take IB classes. So we're just going to be doing a lot of testing.
Dr. Mitchell, if they have two AP exams at the same time, do they decide which one to take and when to do the makeup, or is that decided as a class?
I think they need to work with Dr. Hasty. There are some tests that are difficult to administer. She's talked to me about makeups. The problem with makeups is they schedule the tests, and then they give us dates for the makeup, so we can't just have a makeup period.
Right.
So, and one of our makeups is going to be on graduation day, which is an asynchronous day. So some teacher and student may have to come and do that test. That's fine. But I would get him to talk to Dr. Hasty so that she can help him decide which one he needs to do first.
Do we have any seniors that are going to fall in that boat?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Should not be, but there is a junior. I know of one junior already that a lot of these AP exams that we give a small number, we offer a small number here, but then students take AP exams online. So some of those tests that are outliers are outside of what we teach at school, but we still have to administer the test, if that makes sense. The district does consider all of that when they pick the graduation dates for students, because like graduation, the week before graduation, they are practicing, and it's going to be hard for some of our seniors who have tests that week, but it happens every year and we make it through. Prom is tomorrow. And while
Okay.
I would like to say to you all that I'm super excited about it. I'll be excited when I get there. Prom is a lot of work for me.
Yes,
It's
it
not
is.
the most fun, but I do like to see the students
Where are
dress.
we having it this year?
It is at the Grand Hyatt, same place it's been for the last, I think, 3 years, and it's going to be there next year.
Is it downtown?
May say that again?
Is it right downtown?
No. It's in Buckhead. It's
Oh,
across,
okay.
like on the corner across the street from Phipps Plaza and Lenox
Okay.
Square.
Okay.
I think. Am I right?
Well, it's a little further down.
It's across from, yeah,
the
sorry.
Embassy Suites and yeah, just
The old,
It's Peachtree and Piedmont.
yeah, the old Container Store and across from the Rooms to Go.
Right
Got
where
it.
Rooms to Go
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
I knew it. Okay.
Got it.
I got myself
Got it.
confused. I saw Mr. Barnes is working on our 26-27 calendar, and I saw that the date for prom is for our junior parents. It is April 17th, and I am happy to share with you that it is on a Saturday because I like a Friday
Okay.
prom. I just want to get it all over and then have my weekend, but parents don't like that, and there's been
Do you let them
so
check
much.
out? Do you let them?
Tomorrow they will be able to check out.
Do they have to be there a half day or?
Yes,
Okay.
they
Okay.
have to be here.
I know that's a battle for you because we did that at Eagles Landing, and it was a battle for my principal.
So prom, we will get through prom tomorrow. Honors night is May 11th. In my newsletter, I put the original date. So we sent out a message to end the confusion. I didn't know the date changed, and it was not changed on the calendar, but it has changed. It's May 11th. There is a big spring football scrimmage on May 14th. We are playing that game here at North Atlanta. I encourage you to come out and support the team. It's a community building event. And I can't say that I'm excited about that one either because I got to work all night, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun for our community. Visions is the next night, May 15th, and that's on a Friday. And that Saturday, I will collapse because that week is going to kill me. And graduation is on the 21st. So if I can make it to graduation, I am doing great. But this is where I am. I did an observation. I've been going in classrooms this week. And next week, I'll just be encouraging students while they take their tests from this point forward.
And you're great at doing that.
Okay, the cluster advisory team report.
We didn't really. I felt like
not
we were
much.
both there. It wasn't much. It was just kind of like keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, they gave us a chance to talk about what worked for our school and what we're going to focus on next year. And everybody shared, and it for the most part, most schools were in our cluster. A lot of principals are new, like me, or new-ish. So we all had about the same reflections from the year. It's been a good year, a really challenging year for me, but a good year. And I am so looking forward to starting next school year because I feel like I know exactly what to do now. Everything was so new. I wasn't on all the email lists that principals are on, but now I'm cooking with gas. Next year is going to be a good one. Go Team elections. Voting ends tomorrow. You guys, please vote.
Yep.
And was everybody able to vote?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was able to as well.
I voted on one thing, but I don't think I voted on the kind of general Go Team stuff because I haven't seen anything come through. So I might just have to check my
somebody
voter.
explain this to me because I was able to vote for the teachers who represent Go Team. That's it.
So
not the community.
I feel like they've done that, and something felt different to me, Laura, as well. Because,
me too.
I thought that I could be wrong. I thought that I had voted on teachers before, but maybe I didn't. But I will tell you this, the problem I had when it came to me as someone who's running, it said pick 2 people. I wasn't allowed to pick my second person. And I don't know if that's because I was running I got it
Oh,
in a link through my
Yes, me
phone.
too.
I also got it in my work email.
Yeah.
So, Laura, maybe if you go to anybody who hasn't been able to vote, if you go to the APS website, it's one of the first things that pulls
Yeah.
up, and you click on it, and it'll take you down where you are, what school you're voting for, and you can keep
Yeah.
that way. It
That's
wasn't really
Because the
clear.
only thing I got was through my phone, and it was just I had to pick between you and Lizzie Wickland.
No, there should have been a third person.
That was the only. There was another person, but
yeah,
I
that
was
was
picking between. Yeah.
that was who's
Dr.
already
Randall,
Dr.
who's
Yeah,
Randall.
there were
currently on the
3 of
Go
us.
team.
Who, what now?
She's
Dr.
on the
Randall.
Go team. She's just
Yeah.
absent today.
Yeah, I was gonna say there were 3 of us on there. Yeah.
But it didn't allow me to vote for. I was able to vote for the 2 it selected, but I wasn't able to vote for the like any teachers.
I think that the school staff votes for the teacher representative because the teacher represents you all,
Right.
your
Okay.
interest on the Go team.
That is correct, Dr. Mitchell.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So
But it was a little wonky this year too, because it did say, I know some people were telling me that it sent them something saying, fill out this form and we'll send you back a link to vote.
Yes.
I heard that from a couple people. So I don't know
got that
really.
too.
Okay.
And it was very confusing. So I just went back to a previous email where you could just go on and click the link directly, and it showed who at your school was there to be voted for. But it was a little bit confusing this year. It wasn't
maybe
like
that's some feedback we can give them. I don't know, but yeah. All right.
And
so
we have finished the presentation, guys. I think we're getting Dr. Merriweather gave me a bit of advice about Go Team. When I was new, when he said, he told me he'd gotten it down to a science, and he said, always have your meetings virtually and they'll go so much faster. And this semester, us meeting virtually, it's gone so fast. I like the virtual meetings anyway, because I can do them right from my office. So that's all that I have. There was something I wanted to share.
Okay, go ahead, please.
But I can't remember now. Because I'll be 51 in June. I can't remember anything.
You're still just a baby, Dr. Mitchell.
Am I? I don't. My knees don't feel like baby.
I got you beat.
Say that louder.
I got you beat by a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. And you're doing a million things. So if your memory's not so great right now, we forgive you because you got crammed in that brain of yours.
I did mention the CIP, the writing goal to you all, and that I wanted you to know that's what we'll be focusing on school-wide next year.
They did want us to go over our partnerships, how that kind of fleshed out this year, our family engagement and partnership highlights. I feel like we did a good job with that.
Well, the family engagement survey results, I read every single open-end question result, and 2 of them were not good, and they were directed towards me, but tons of the rest of them were great. I was really proud. I wanted to compare us to last year and the year before. We had overall, we improved in terms of parents' satisfaction, total satisfaction with the school. It did go up this year. I'll have to show. It's in APS graphs. Let's see if I can show.
Did we improve in how many people had taken the survey also?
That I don't know. I don't know if we had more respondents, but probably we did. But I was pleased to see that we are trending upwards, and communication, while it's still not where it needs to be. I don't want to give the impression that we've mastered that yet. I am trying to make sure that I send, and nobody has, Johnson, you do, because you sent me an email. You got my my prom letter.
Yes.
I wanted, and I thank you, Ms. Watkins, for getting that DUI car. If you've not driven past the school,
a DUI, what?
We have a DUI car. We have a car that was in a drunk
driver. I thought you said you were.
I love it as an
It looks scary.
I've seen that.
It looks totally scary. And but I wanted that I think it's perfect for prom because, kids think they're invincible. And I want them to remember that they're not, that drinking and driving is bad and that none of us should ever do it. So I feel good about that. I was able to share with parents that we will be doing searches just like we do on a regular school day, and that to remind their students don't bring alcohol or vapes, nicotine, or marijuana to the prom because you will get a consequence, and the consequence for is a day of OSS. If it's a nicotine vape, then Monday they will spend a day in ISS. But I wanted parents to know that because last year we suspended 13 students, and I don't want to suspend 13 students this year. I don't want to suspend anyone. I want them to have a great time and have fun. So that was my warning ahead, and I hope that parents remind their students. And then the checkout process, since prom is on Friday. So I shared all of that. Communication seems to be, I hope, getting better.
I feel like it has been. It
You
hasn't
will
been.
have
It's
to.
just succinct. I feel like you've done a job.
I'm trying to communicate more. I know it's not. I'm not where so Dr. Merriweather communicates a lot, and I know that they're younger students, and
Well,
that
as a parent, I'm gonna say, I think you communicate just the right amount because what you give us is succinct and you hit a lot of points instead of sending us out several communications and not having everything together. I'm just going to speak from my end of it because I actually feel like I'm not constantly getting some, because at some point you get to right, well, here's another one. Do I need to know it? I feel like you do a really good job of like kind of hitting the highlights where
thank
you.
I think with ninth grade parents, because they're so used to Sutton, they want more. And I understand that. But like you've had a scene, you've been here for a while, so and they are learning us. So I've got to find a sweet spot for that. I feel like another issue is that the new website doesn't have teacher email addresses on it because there is a formula that APS wants us to follow, and we have to stick to their formula with the website. So I've got I get more concerns from parents about not being able to find who does what. I did have a communications guide, but I think people forgot about that. So I've got to do better about pushing that information out. And communication is one of the biggest areas that, and then, just teachers, that was another thing, teachers responding in a timely fashion. Parents, there's a mixed bag there. There's some people who respond very quickly and some who don't. And that's a big deal for parents as well, as it should be. I feel like, and it's much easier for me to communicate because I'm not teaching 30 students. But if a parent is emailing me, they're emailing me because they need my help. And I need to respond because they need my support, my help. They need me to intervene in a situation. Ms. Johnson?
Yes, I think that maybe one suggestion for the communication guide, because it's really good, is maybe we can just put that in I think you do like a monthly or whatever, like the word weekly, because even if parents can't find it, like their students can be like, hey, we keep getting, this communication guide, parent, mom, dad, you can use this to, follow up while they're in school or something, if there's some type of issue or something that they have a concern about, versus necessarily bombarding you. It's a full guide for them to follow, maybe.
And I'm looking at our survey results, and 78% this year were favorable, as opposed to, let me change the year. We'll go back a couple of years. We are trending in the right direction. I feel very good about our. Last year, 73.5% were favorable. And the year before that, I think I can go there. 61% were favorable the year before that. That would be 23, 24. So each year we get higher and get better. And I'm not satisfied with the 78, but I was happy that it seems that parents are more satisfied overall with the job that we're doing. And I have to just celebrate the teachers because they are working so hard. And I know it. And I've asked a lot of them this year. So I have to shout them out every chance that I get because they, everything I've asked them to do, every challenge I put forward, they met me. And I'm very pleased with this year.
Could we put the communication guide in the app or just to direct more people to the app too?
I think that we have it there, but that app is not, I don't know if we will continue to use that app or we will find something that's going to be more user friendly for us because we have to write them when we want categories to be changed and they have to do it. I want something that we can tailor and make our own without having to call in and get things done every single time. So I'm looking for something now, but yes, right now we can put it in the app, and that's where it needs to be. Next year, what I didn't have was every staff member's email name and email address hyperlinked, but I'll do that next year. We're going to have to add that because now the email addresses aren't on the website. So I've got to provide that for parents.
Something else that was great that I heard a lot of feedback for is if you all could do the clubs list again. That was really good to have all of that together.
I'm going to have a clubs list and an honor society list. There's so many parents with National Honor Society. I was shocked at the number of parents that said National Honor Society is so important because that's the only one you have. I was like, that's not true. We have tons. So what I've charged my team with making is a list of the honor societies, the requirements, the sponsor, when the next induction, when the 26-27 induction will be. And I want to share that at the top of the year too, because kids could qualify for a bunch of things that they don't even know they qualify for.
And if we could include an abbreviated version of that in the tour packet too, I think that'd be helpful. Just the general list of clubs and honor societies.
Well, I'll get that to you. We are working on that document now. I think it's maybe complete.
Great. Thank you.
Y'all, this is our last meet. We made it.
Oh, the eSPLOS. Somebody asked us about.
Oh yeah, tell me about that. Go ahead.
We mentioned that last month, but I'm not sure we have anything to say about that today or not.
Well, I haven't received anything to share.
She sent us something, but it was very. It wasn't. We got an email, but it was still. I think it's one of those things we're just gonna have to wait.
Okay, that's what I put last month, so that's fine. We'll just nothing to report.
I'll go dig it out, but it was kind of just. I mean, because they don't really know at this point because we're still waiting on the strategic strategic planning committee that I'm on. We're waiting for that to kind of like get fleshed out, and the final vote for that well, they're still pushing on that, but a little bit. But we won an award for the way we're going about this planning process. The district did. I don't know if everybody's aware of that.
Oh no, I didn't.
Really? Yeah, we did.
That's good.
Yeah. And then DeKalb County hired on the same firm, and they're going through so it kind of took the heat off of us a little bit because right as we won that award, but DeKalb County hired the same firm, and he's doing the exact same thing with DeKalb County that they're doing with us. And on the news, I saw that they were saying throughout the Metro Atlanta, our live birth data and lived in data is going down across the board. So it's going up the more you go out into the suburbs, but it's stagnant or going down inside the perimeter. So
because it costs so much to live inside the perimeter.
Yeah. And that's part of it. And for the people that don't know, when you have a child, when wherever you have that child, that's where the lived in data comes from. So if you live in, I I don't know, Sandy Springs or let's say Conyers, but you come into Piedmont, Atlanta to have the child, your child is counted in that lived in data, and they use that to help for the projections going forward. And then through census, and when it comes time to get ready for kindergarten, they look at there's a whole formula of how they do it. So a lot of people come into the city to have children, but they don't live in the city. So that's how that's the lived in data versus or the birth data versus lived in data is what they called it. And so that was it was a bit, you would have loved it, Dr. Mitchell. It was a huge actuarial science type kind of thing, but I was like, okay, this is fascinating.
You know, Northside Hospital is the baby factory. So I was thinking, what county is that? Fulton?
No, Northside High School. I mean, Northside still, it's on the edge of DeKalb.
It's on the edge, right?
DeKalb, okay.
It's either DeKalb or it's inside the perimeter. Either it's outside the perimeter, but like by maybe a quarter of a mile, if it is at all. But it still counts in that area. But you've got Northside, you've got Grady, you've got Piedmont, you've got the Emory. The Emory that's downtown now, and that's a lot. That's a lot of people and a lot of transit also as well. So it sounded, like we're not. And I think what everybody didn't understand, the way the eSlots was working in the past, it was, okay, so we're projecting, I'm just throwing a number out there, $50 million. We feel like we need $50 million to make improvements, but we didn't really spell out what the improvements were. Well, now we're going to have our improvements drive the eSlots, where it was the other way around in the past. So they're really looking forward, like, okay, and that's what he was forcing. That's why it's the 40-year plan, like looking at the lived-in data, looking at the birth data, looking at the death rates, looking at income, housing, all of that kind of stuff, and making those projections. Where are we? Where do we, what do we need to ask for in an eSlots if we're really taking into account? It used to be we look at like a 5-year plan, and I think if people could understand that a little bit better. I've been trying when I talk to people about it, because all they hear is you're closing my school. So, and that's not really the case. It's going to be interesting to see. And until we find out whether or not what's going to happen with the eSlots, we'll have to, I think that's more of a wait and see type kind of thing. So, and we're about to have those new board members just got on board, they haven't been on there very long. So anyways, that's where we are.
Well, team, it has been a great year. And I know that you've got to vote to close the meeting, but I just want to say thank you always for being so supportive and patient with me as I learn to be a principal. And next year is going to be even better. That's my promise to the teachers, the parents, the students. We're moving in the right direction.
And I just want to say thank you to the Go team, the teachers. Y'all are amazing. Parents who give up your time to do this, you're amazing as well. Dr. Mitchell, that I think you're fantastic. And you have weathered so many storms. I mean, from the day you hit the ground running, like the budget got dropped in your lap and the cutbacks. I mean, you've had trial by fire, and you have come out. If you're saying that we've got parental engagement, like those are going up, that's a testament to your leadership and how you are supporting your teachers. You seem to me to be a servant leader, and I feel like your teachers feel that from you. And I just want to say kudos to the teachers and kudos to you.
Well, thank you. It's not just me. It's you all too, advocating for our team and sharing information with parents. We need all of that. Thank you. I know that Ms. Wismer gets calls from everybody, as do you. Ms. Watkins, you do everything. You're on everything. But no, really. And Ms. Johnson, you've had a challenging year, and you have stuck with us. I don't want to overshare, but Ms. Johnson has just had some life-altering events this year. But you didn't misspeak.
Thank you so much.
So I am good. Now we can vote to close the meeting, do the the thing.
Yeah.
I'll let Ms. Wismer.
Does anybody have any comments? I think that's basically all we have. We don't have public comments. We've made our
No,
announcement.
not this meeting.
I motion to close and adjourn the meeting.
I second. Megan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell.
Thank y'all.
Nobody.
Thank you.
It's been a great year.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Dr. Mitchell,